Today I got an email from a subscriber about Brittany Renner. And allegedly she showed up on a dating show, and we'll get to that in a minute. But the email comes from Brother Marcus X, and it says, Brittany Renner can't seem to understand this simple concept of marriage and body count. So I clicked on the link, and what do I see? I see popular black YouTuber Mr. Let Go. Now, Mr. Let Go, he does a lot of like relationship streams and things like that. He kind of criticizes some of the behaviors of women and also men. I wouldn't really consider him to be like a manosphere YouTuber, although like, you know, over the last 4 to 5 months, he seems to have been getting a lot of traction, especially his YouTube Shorts content. But he was invited to go to a show where Renner was at. I don't know whose podcast it was, but I got this clip from Instagram, right? So what I would like to do is take this time to play this particular clip and then come back and analyze it.
And you think you're better.
Better than...
Oh, don't answer that, please.
So if I fuck 300 guys and you fuck 300 women, you're better than me. You just said that. You just said there's a
marriageable.
difference. Why are you marriageable? Is that even
because I'm a
word?
man. I asked a woman to marry me. You can't ask a man to marry unless he's some simple. To ask a man to marry him and he say yes like a bitch. So at the end of the day,
I agree.
The bottom line.
We don't agree on much, but I agree.
That's what I'm saying. He's a bitch if he says that. But the bottom line is, you have to wait for a man to actually marry him. I don't have to wait for nobody to do. I can go get married tomorrow if I want to.
Okay.
You can't.
Okay, hold on. Not you though. Hold on.
So there we have it. The fundamental question is this. If a man has 300 people as a body count, why is it no different if a woman has 300 people as a body count? And again, here is women not understanding how men think. And this is the real issue why a lot of women who are attractive, who have nice bodies. This is one of the reasons why many of them stay single, because they have never invested in understanding what a man wants, especially the ones that they desire. This is the reason why many women can't achieve the relationships that they want, because they don't understand what they're dealing with. How can you be intentional about what you want when you don't understand what you're doing? You clearly don't understand the objective or the goal you're trying to reach, because you don't understand what you're dealing with. This is not just her. This is most women, because most women are approaching relationships from a very feminist mindset. I'm equal like you. He said something that was very profound, and I don't even think that in that particular situation I would have answered it as elegant as he did. He said, number one, if a man takes a woman with 300 body count, he's the B word, right? But if I have 300 women that I slept with, I can go get married tomorrow. As long as a woman sees the values in me, and most of the time when a woman looks at a man with a high body count, she doesn't look at that as being negative. In fact, she might look at that as, okay, well, he has some experience to be with me. Other women find him desirable. You know what I mean? He's seasoned. But now women are going to look for some of the tangible things that men can produce. Income, stability, leadership. Those things take precedence over body count, right? And then if you are a man that's desirable, she knows you have a high body count, but you have the key to marriage. And in times like this, being somebody's wife is very hard to achieve, because number one, let's look at the economy. I always talk about the economy. Guys know what the economy is like. Inflation is at an all-time high. Housing's at an all-time high. Men can still get as much sex in today's world than ever before without having to get married to somebody. So what means is the average woman in today's world has to work extremely hard to be considered a wife material. All right. In other words, it's very difficult. So if a man wants to marry a woman now and he's what's considered, a high performing man, there's going to be a lot of women taking him up on that offer. And the last thing they're going to ask about is body count and care about it. Long as he don't have like a, certain disease or anything like that, she's going to be okay with it. But now if you're a woman and you tell a man that you have 300 people as a body count, what is he going to think? He's going to think, well, I'm what I'm worth, even if I have a high body count, I'm the one making the decision here because I control the access of marriage. She's not a woman that I don't feel exclusive. I feel like 300 other guys have had her. What do I need to marry her for? Like, why didn't one of the other 300 guys marry her? You know what? I'm not interested. And Brittany Renner, he said the thing, I can go get married tomorrow. You can't. Brittany Renner cannot go and marry the guy that she wants tomorrow. It's over. Do you want to know why? Because Brittany Renner has been put in that box that, you know, hey, you're out here sexing guys up. You've openly talked about it. You're the kind of chick I would date, and that's it. Brittany Renner cannot go and date the guy that she wants to. It's over. Mr. Let Go can get out there and do very well. And the thing about it is, for a guy, it doesn't matter how you're doing. Like let me just say this real quick. When I was 34, 2015, I was flat broke. I was entering medical school. I owed like $20,000 in tax debt. I had no way to really pay it. I was living at home with my mom, right? I just got fired from my other job, and I was on unemployment. My unemployment ran out when I was going to medical school. That was the worst situation that a man can ever be in. Nothing to offer a woman in that regard. Okay. By the time age 37 came around, it was a completely different story. It's like, well, you're there now. Let's deal with you now. That's the point, right? So you go from having nothing to being eligible to be like, okay, now you're ready. You can even meet people that you couldn't meet before. Brittany Renner can't do that. Because no amount of money is going to change the kind of guy that she wants. But a man can. He has that ability. And see, again, when women come with that sort of equality mindset, you don't understand how men think, nor do you ever want to understand. You want a man to understand your position, and a man is just not. Men and women think completely different, which is why many women who are attractive and actually could be a good candidate to be somebody's wife, but the way that they think and they don't understand how men think is a disconnect. And so the woman who understands how men think, and at least if you have a high body count, maybe you might want to, most women will lie about it. Do you know why women lie about it? Because they know that a man is not going to think that she's exclusive. No man wants to marry a woman with a high body count, even if his is high. Why? Because he's the one that's making the decision, our buyer here. Okay? If I'm the one that has to buy, I get to make the rules on how I invest my money. You can't tell me on what conditions I have to spend my money. It's my money. And she doesn't fundamentally get it. And that's not only her. It's many women who don't understand that particular, these particular talking points. And this is why men long-term in the end will always prevail. He can go get married to a woman tomorrow that's his type. Brittany Renner can't do the same thing, because the men that she would like are most likely, or could be now, out of her league. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top, and as you know, the buffoonery remains all-time high. I'm out.